Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Holistic Witch's Cottage. My name is Melissa, and I am the Holistic Witch, and let's start with a little update. So, I believe since the last time I did a recording, the weather was continuing to be ridiculously hot, and we were dealing with constant storms and flash floods in my part of the world. Now, today there's been people in the western part of the United States, well, not only the United States, I mean, that's all I'm seeing in the news, but honestly, like the West Coast everywhere is under tsunami watches this morning. So by the time you hear this, hopefully all that will be over and there will be little to no damage regarding that. And just sending out positive vibes and prayers for everyone this morning. Now, in my part of the world and the eastern part of the United States, we're still under a ridiculous heat wave, and people in the eastern part of my state are easily going to see over 100-degree temperatures today. I think they're talking about 95 to 98 here. So we've been painting. My little blue cottage is no longer blue. It is still little, and now it is Earl Grey, and it is looking so cute and so pretty. So we're not done because due to work schedules, we have to do stuff when we have extra time to do stuff. So we're doing one wall at a time or one area at a time. My husband has been doing all the high parts, so the white soffit and fascia. He's the ladder guy around here. I will go on a step ladder, but I don't really love going up on the top of a high ladder. So I paint everything I can reach, and then blessedly, he paints what I can't reach. So I'd say we have more than half of the cottage painted now, which is really cool. We've been waiting, and I've been praying for years for a paint that would have the correct formula to use on our siding that we have here. And hopefully the product that we chose is good, proper, and appropriate. And everything will be beautiful and last for many, many years. Otherwise, just continuing to work in the gardens. It's that time of year when we're eating zucchini-flavored everything. So I think we have probably pulled 30 zucchini, green and yellow, from our garden so far. So that always gets crazy. I bake a lot of bread and casseroles to freeze and store for the cooler months. So that's going on. Last week, our little town that we live on the edge of had its yearly summer festival, and the word I used on Facebook was that it pretty much got decimated. On Friday around noon last week, there was a microburst, and my neighbor was downtown in her vehicle and saw canopies and tents flying over the streets, over the town. So they did pull it back together and managed to put fireworks off during the rain and storm on Saturday night. So that's what's happening in my little corner of Pennsylvania. Otherwise, on the Facebook page and groups, we keep getting new members, so thank you for that. Hopefully the Hope Core message of the cottage is spreading, because there's a lot of negativity out in the world. So honestly, I'm just going to try to keep combating negativity with positivity. So those of you who have wandered into our little community and enjoy it for a break from the yuckiness in the world, thank you for coming, and I hope you continue to enjoy it. So I should double check the calendar on this, but I think that August 1st is on Friday. Let me take a little stroll to the wall calendar so I'm not lying to my wonderful Cottage friends and family. Yes. So August 1st is on Friday. So for those who may follow a Celtic path or a pagan path, you may be celebrating Lunasa or Lammas Day, which is the Christianized version of Lunasa in honor of the Celtic god Lu. But I tend to go the Lammas route, as I don't feel like I have any serious ancestral connection to Lu. My dad was, my paternal ancestry is Celtic, but I don't feel a big draw to that. So I celebrate Lammas or Loaf Day. And since I've probably made 32 mini loaves of zucchini bread in the last week, that's probably appropriate. So August 1st is the first of the 3 harvest festivals. The first being Lunasa or Lammas. The second is Mabon, which will fall on the first day of fall. I'd have to check the calendar for this, but for the astronomical day for that, but it usually falls around September 21st. And then Samhain, or somewhere around Halloween, October 31st, will be astronomical Samhain, or the third harvest festival. So in honor of Lammas, I will probably make about 32 more loaves of bread. I have strawberries and blueberries and zucchini, and hubby went to the store and stocked up on whole wheat and all-purpose flour for me, and I gave my sourdough starter Chucky a double feeding, so that will probably start later today. Depends on the heat, though. I went out this morning at 7 a.m. to paint because I really didn't want to be out there in 100-degree heat. So there are many ways to celebrate Lunasa or Lammas. Some like to do candles or bonfires or gratitude festivals, harvest festivals. Some people make corn dollies or wheat wreaths or all kind of things symbolizing that first harvest and gratitude for what the earth gives us, specifically food, which is cool. Now, as a homesteader, that's a really big part of our life. Gardening and living in commune with and balance with nature is a really big deal for us. So I am a big supporter of the harvest festivals and the gratitude festivals, because that's sort of how we survive around here. We grow a lot of our food, and what we don't grow, we probably resource, I don't want to say 100% because that would be a lie, but we get a lot of our resources from farmers markets, and we don't hit the grocery store any more than we absolutely have to. So from a witchy perspective, if you would like to bring a little more gratitude or celebrate your accomplishments that you have attained this year, Lunasa can be an awesome, awesome time to do that. And there are so many resources up on Facebook for things you can make and things you can do. So I won't drone on about that. There's really no need for it. But whatever you do, wishing you every happiness for a successful first harvest celebration. Now, over on my Yoga and Time Facebook group, I plan to do a gratitude meditation and communion blessing on August 1st, sometime in the morning. And of course, that'll be up for a while. Facebook keeps saying they're going to take those things down after 30 days. And it's true, they have. But if you go on to the group and look in the videos or the reels, I see that most of my old videos are still up there. So you can still access them. You just have to hunt for them a little more. Facebook is being tricksy with content creators. But those videos are still there. So on Friday, I plan to do a meditation and communion blessing. If you want to do the bread blessing, have some bread or cookies or whatever is handy that you want to do with that. And you might want to have a drink too. Whatever you like. Not picky. So feel free to tune in over there on Yoga and Time sometime at your convenience. And hopefully you will enjoy that. So the other update is, and I think I've mentioned that before, I'm having throat surgery in about 2 weeks now. So I don't know how long I will be off air. It's going to depend on my voice. I'm going to try to make some little short podcasts and bonus material just to pop up here and there. If anyone wants to check in. So that's cool. So I guess we'll kind of finish this up on last week. I think it was last week. We celebrated International Witches Day. There was some argument about the official day on that, but whatever. If there's more than one, yay, we love it. The next day was International Ice Cream Day, which is actually, there's an argument about that they celebrate on 2 different days. Okay, more ice cream for me. It's good. Yay. And the other one was International Tree Day. So if you're a tree or green witch like I am, send a little love out to your tree friends. Trees can bless us and we can bless our trees, and that's good for everyone. And I read and posted today that today is International Friendship Day. So as I continue to try to build community on the Cottage groups, I hope that you will consider reaching out and following other content creators on there. I've met some really cool people that I'm collaborating with. They're sharing my material, I'm sharing their material, and it just benefits all of us if we help each other out. So let's celebrate online friendships and online community and just try to make the world a better place. So I think that's my big updates for now. I'm not going to do any teaching material this week. Last week we talked about clairs or psychic abilities. And if you have any questions about those, if you've been experimenting with those, I'd love to hear about it. And if you let me know, I'll give you a big shout out on a future podcast. My throat is starting to feel a little rough, so I'm going to bug out early on this one. Thank you so much for following and supporting what I do and listening here on Podbean. Many blessings on your journey. And bye-bye.